What we got going on today, Ben?
Well, we're doing some hitting practice here for a softball game tonight. Should have an easy game tonight. So looking forward to, getting some hits under the belt. I'm on Fox Business in 45 minutes. So I got a hit, then we go to Fox Business. We got Charles Payne, who I hear has a TRX, just like I do.
Jeez, the first one
right. A great shot.
God, scared the piss out of me.
What I really need to work on, been hitting okay so far in here, is watching the ball. Watching where I'm hitting the ball, I think.
Yeah, seeing it all the way in?
Yeah.
Yeah, because as it's coming, you'll be able to see how deep it gets.
Yes.
So the deeper it is, the higher your swing has to be. If it's coming in here, but if it's falling, that's when you decide if you're going to take it to right field or if you're going to pull it. And that's all in the hands.
I just love hitting to right field. You know what? My kid hits it to right field exclusively.
Really?
He only hits to right field. Mike has just trained him to try to go.
Think backside.
He's trained him to go right up the middle, and he's always just a little bit slow on it.
Yeah, he's late.
But he gets hit almost he bats 500. Oh. And it's like, he's really inspired me to want to hit it over there a lot.
Now you're a right field hitter?
Yeah.
Trying to feel like your kid?
Yeah. It doesn't matter how fast the pitcher is.
Yeah.
He hits at the exact same spot. His hands are very quick.
So he sees the ball well, then it's just going to adjust to the different speeds and take it that way.
Because we had a kid, and we played a championship game the other day, we got drilled 18-3. But we only had 3 hits, and he had 2 of them, because nobody else could hit the pitcher.
It's great on camera.
Instead of letting your hands go, you're going here first with your shoulders. Get the angle, so instead of ripping here, rip here.
Kind of scared sitting.
All right, we're tired now. Now I go do Fox Business. Then I gotta go do leg day. Then I'm at a conference. Then we got my kids' baseball practice. Then I got our softball game. Then I'm going to bed.
What color would you like, red, blue, or teal?
Hung it up in the corner, Oh, you gotta go with red. Right? Bitcoin's down today. To who?
Debonair, D-E-V-I-N-E-R. He's gonna be so happy.
D-E-V-I-N?
I-N? Yep. E-R. I need a good BitBoy signature here.
Well, I'll give the real signature.
The BitBoy.
I'm gonna put BitBoy under it. Okay, there we go.
I'm not giving this to him. I'm gonna take it home. Put it on my trophy wall.
I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna find this on eBay later tonight.
I'm gonna be able to buy an NFT because I sold your ball.
There you go.
It's a great title.
All right, that's good for the thumbnail. Okay, all right, we'll see you later. I'm not muted. No, I'm not muted. No, I'm not muted. No, I'm not muted. Can you hear me? Perfect. Tether, there's nothing to see there. I think when it comes to Tether and USDC, when they're momentarily lost their peg, it was just a reaction to the liquidity suck that was in the market. There's nothing to be concerned about with those. It's a totally different setup than UST, which is an algorithmic stablecoin where there's a lot more factors in play. When you have a one-to-one backed asset, dollars and assets versus the coins, there's no problem. But what we saw with UST and Terra Luna this week is unprecedented in the history of crypto. I mean, the only thing we could really probably compare it to would be BitConnect, which was a direct Ponzi scheme, but it was a top 20 coin that basically went to zero. So this is only the second time we've seen a coin of that stature drop that quickly. And I think what people have to understand when it comes to are we out of the woods yet, there's really 2 different paths I think we go with here. When you look back at the history of Bitcoin and the Bitcoin cycles, the 4-year cycles based on the Bitcoin halving events, the last one was in May of 2020, next one approximately March or April of 2024. What you see is that traditionally during these bear markets, we get 85% drops from the top, which would put Bitcoin at 10,300. So there certainly is a lot more potential to the downside. And in reality, we are exactly on track for that 85%. First and foremost, you're going to see some of these metaverse projects that popped up towards the end just died.
It's going to be just like 2018 all over again.
Yeah, with the ICOs, you know, you had a lot of these metaverse projects, and we're going to look at a chart that shows the interest in metaverse here in a little bit. And I think what you were seeing is at the peak of the market, just getting going, and so a lot of people trying to jump in on that hype, and there were a lot of bad stuff that was coming out at that time. And I think that, you know, when you look at a bear market, it's multi-years. We're looking at probably about 2 years of being in this place. I think there's an argument. I will say this, there's an argument that we're actually much further into it than people think that we are.
November, or do you think it started before?
Well, we're actually going to be putting out a video on my channel coming out in a few weeks, maybe next week, on what we're calling the false top theory. And that is that the November top was completely false top, that the 4-year cycles are going to remain intact, but we had a false sense of where that top was. So there's a lot of
you
people
agree
that do
with
that.
Richard Hart's prediction then?
Well, I'm not saying that I agree with it. I'm saying it's... I'm saying
69 was the top!
I'm
You
saying-
all are idiots!